Hi folks, my name is Marc Huppert. I'm a principal architect and work for a computer center in Germany. And welcome to my session, which is the only session at the whole content catalog, which is about the HomeLab. I'm pretty impressed that VMware is going to accept this talk. I submitted it 4 times the last 4 years. It's always got rejected because HomeLab, it's no official content. So yeah, a little bit about me. I'm going to do the VMware stuff since 19 years right now. And yeah, seemingly the same beginning. It was the start of my HomeLab session. We're going to start a little bit on the past, the beginning, the evolution, 10 gig, second data center at home, fiber channel for all, vSAN journey, 40 gig implementation, new servers, backup monitoring, actual state, and future plans, of course. So back in 2009, I started my HomeLab with a small custom-based server. The only enterprise thing inside was an IBM RAID controller. So SATA-based deployment, nothing really special. After the beginning, the evolution was to HP-based microservers. They are quite okay, but the CPU are definitely limited inside the system. First of all, that's the first one. I got 2 different systems running at my home. And then I need more power. I decided to invest into the Apple Mac Mini servers. This could be equipped with the Thunderbolt to Gigabit Ethernet adapter to get a second network connection. SSDs inside as well as normal magnetic disks. A little bit, yeah, invest into network equipment, Gigabit, Wi-Fi, all this kind of stuff. That was 2012. And then I want 10 gig running at my HomeLab. And the special part is 10 gig in combination with Mac Minis, which has never done before. How, yeah, was it possible? You have these Sonnet, yeah, Thunderbolt expansion units where you can attach normal PCI Express cards. So at this time, 10 gig direct connect between these 2 ESXi systems. Yeah, to use first time vMotion, really at home. Use it as a normal environment. The systems are quite limited because they have only 16 gigs of RAM. That was 2013. And then I got 10 gig switched because I was able to get an old Brocade fast iron system from eBay. The first time I have 10 gig switched, I created inside this Thunderbolt systems another RAID system, so with direct hard disks attached. The next stage was I want fiber channel and 10 gig. And this was the first moment where my wife told me, "You're totally crazy." Yeah, I want fiber channel at my home. I decided to go and do a white box system. So I installed Nexenta Store on it. Do it with, attach it with SSDs and as well as magnetic disks, and then do it, as fiber channel direct attached to both of these Mac Mini systems. As you can see on the left side, I decided to go on fiber channel as well as for my MacBook. So how did you do that? I found on eBay a cheap solution, Thunderbolt to fiber channel expansion adapter. So I got a dedicated LAN that's only used for time machine backups. Normally a total waste, but yeah, I got the technology running at home. The next step, 2015, fiber channel for all. So I decided to go to 2 different data centers. As you can see on the left side, this is the main data center with these 2 Mac Minis running on a rack system, attached to the fiber channel through a SAN switch. And then the second data center, which is inside my basement, just another room at this point of time, 2015. I decided to go there, place a Synology and a third Mac Mini server, as well as inside my home office, an iMac attached to fiber channel. This was 2015. And then I decided to go to 2 data centers. These are the 2 data centers. So these systems, some of you might recognize the Evo Rail scenario over there. These are the Mac Mini systems attached to this Thunderbolt expansion. This was data center 1, cabled. There was a 42 rack inside my basement, main basement room. Data center 2, just 1 Mac, just 1 small NUC system running a Windows vCenter directly on it, so a bare metal system. Yeah, as you can see on the right side, I made it through the wall to get cold air on one side and hot air on the other side. So yeah, it was just the beginning. Then 10 gig for all. I decided to go after fiber channel on my home office, on my iMac. I want to do 10 gig connection on a normal iMac, which has only gigabit connections. So I was able again to get on eBay a Thunderbolt to 10 gigabit SFP connection. At this time, I talked to my wife and completely redesigned and recabled the entire house because of fiber connections everywhere. I want to get 10 gig connection as well as fiber channel going to use at my normal PC. And then I decided to go big, starting with the vSAN solution. I ordered an old IBM server, again on eBay, with the Fusion I/O cards, and I go with the vSAN nested solution. I created several vSANs, so 5560, stretch cluster, robo, all this kind of stuff. I played with a nested environment. We had customers who's going to start bare metal vSAN. You might remember 5.5 update 1 was the first release. We started it on customer sites, and I really want to go and get hands-on and all this kind of stuff. 2015. It was a huge success, so I decided to go big. And that was the part where I ordered, I spent a lot of money on eBay, ordering all this kind of servers. So starting with an HPE one, a pizza box, again an IBM box. I chose not old, but a Lenovo P50 notebook. Gonna use the vSAN on that, a single node cluster. Then I got two different IBM systems, M3 and X5 systems, both equipped with vSAN. I did Fusion I/O cards inside, normal SSDs inside. I did vSAN hybrid, then I go to vSAN all flash with SATA SSDs. This was 2016. It was not enough. I just want to go more. The vSAN modifications 2016. I replaced in two of my systems the Fusion I/O cards. I had inside the systems two different vSAN disk groups, each with one Fusion I/O card attached, and I'm going to replace it with an NVMe. That was really expensive at this time to get these 800 gig NVMe cards. I completely did the enter maintenance mode with full data evacuation, remodeled the entire system with the new NVMe's. And at this kind of time, I had 10 gig as a vSAN connection. I decided to go a little bit faster, so 40 gig at home. 40 gig at home at first, only direct connection. That was the time when VMware did not officially support vSAN Direct Connect. It works very well. So you have to do this kind of CLI tweak to set vSAN monitoring traffic on this way, vSAN data traffic on that way. So 40 gig direct connection on the server side, 2016. 1 year later, I decided to go to the network upgrade session. So I ordered a lot of Ubiquiti network equipment, which is absolutely awesome stuff they built. I decided to go with the small internet router, the 48-port switch, several 8-port switches, as well as Wi-Fi access points. The network upgrade itself, I really like the monitoring and all this kind of stuff around Ubiquiti networks. And I think I was the first one who was going to try this Ubiquiti network stuff in conjunction with NSX. And I just wanted to not only static routes, I want to go dynamic routes, OSPF, which is not officially supported on Ubiquiti stuff. So I texted with the engineers and chatted them, and they said there is a CLI option, but I don't want to hurt, but it's going to work. So I decided to implement it, and it worked. So I go for NSXV, and on 2017, this was the big picture of my entire HomeLab. As you can see, there are on the above side there are servers as well as the network equipment, and then I decided to switch the internet router to the biggest one, the 10 gig option, the USG XG8 from Ubiquiti Networks. This is an absolutely beast. This internet router has 16 cores and 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM just inside the internet router. And that was the decision I made. I just wanted to get a faster internet connection and gonna use my HomeLab as my cloud home lab to access it from everywhere. 1 year later, I created this picture. Inside Data Center 1, there was one fully equipped 40U rack, totally utilized, as you can see here. Servers inside, network equipment inside. In Data Center 2, I invested into a 25U rack, installed it there. Both data centers have dedicated air cooling systems installed. Yeah, you might imagine how my wife's gonna say about me. This was my private data center. I started to get digging into with the NVIDIA stuff. So I invested in NVIDIA P4 cards, placed it into some of these servers. As you might mention on the downside, 11,800 kilowatt hours per year just for this lab environment. Yeah, I got a special contract with my energy provider in Germany. Yeah, definitely. The last year, I decided to do a workstation upgrade. I'm going to use the Apple Mac Pro as a system in conjunction with the 10 gig Thunderbolt connection. And then I attached two 5K displays to it. Pretty awesome machine. Upgraded the memory, installed an additional 2 terabytes SSD inside. This is my normal working machine. I love to work at this hardware. And then this year, I decided, what should I do with my home lab? Get rid of it, expand. It was clearly to expand. So I got the option from a coworker to get a second 42 rack inside Data Center 1. So I talked to my wife and the kids, and yeah, we need to get space into Data Center 1, and I need to get this rack in there. So I decided to go place the new rack. On the left side, as you can't see right now, is the original rack. This is the new one, an old IBM Lenovo Enterprise rack. I installed it. I did wood decoration on it. I did not really like it. On the side above, you can see the dedicated power meter just for this data center. And then I got a little bit, to make it more fancy and more looking, I really like the VMware stickers and all this kind of stuff. These are the two racks. Both racks sucking in cold air inside and doing the hot air outside in the room. So what to do with the hot air? My wife is going to dry all our clothes inside my main data center. So today, this is the first rack with only network connections and network equipment on top of it. And then there are some older servers and as well as fiber channel systems. Right now I have 3 different fiber channel arrays running with 2 dedicated, as you can see here, Brocade SAN switches, which are not running 24/7. They are only get powered up when I'm testing some kind of stuff for customers, or they're going to do some road updates or something like that. This is the new main rack, and as you can see here, it's fully equipment right now, fully utilized. So I have several servers from nearly all different vendors that's gonna have solutions for VMware installed. I'm gonna show you this in a minute in detail. And this is Data Center 2. Only 25U custom-based, custom-built Supermicro system, as well as the Mac Mini inside. So what does an enterprise data center have what mine does not have? A rack monitoring solution, so temperature and all this kind of stuff. So I invested into a German vendor, Rittal system, rack monitoring system, so I could easily remote monitor, and it automatically turns on fans if it gets too hot and all this kind of stuff. The next step, 40 gig switching. So the first one was 40 gig only direct attached, now 40 gig switched. Again, on eBay, not really cheap, but 32 port, 40 gigs. A Dell switch. This is not the most expensive part. Even the cards, they're really cheap on eBay. The real expensive one are the cables. Yeah, the fiber cables. It's hard to find them for a really good price. What I also find is special ports, 1 port 40 gig attached to 4 ports 10 gig. So could easily attach the older systems, which have not 40 gig connections right now, into this new environment. So the new backbone is 40 gig. Everything else connected at my home is connected with 10 gig. I have only a few 1 gig connections, hardware server monitoring or something like that, Wi-Fi access ports. Yeah, and then that's not enough. So I, again, on eBay, got a Dell Vertex chassis. Inside this chassis, I placed 3 NVIDIA T4 GPUs and 1 SCSI controller for an LTO autoloader tape. Each blade is gonna equip with an NVIDIA GPU and a dual port 40 gig, as well as vSAN all flash, an 800 gig vSAN caching device, and 1 7.6 terabyte SSDs as a capacity one. These are really expensive and hard to find used on eBay. You have to look for several months to get them. These are the new main system or main cluster. 4 nodes, no more vSAN Robo, fully equipped. These machines, these blades from Dell, are officially not supported on vSAN. The reason behind that is inside the Vertex chassis, there's a shared PERC 8 RAID controller for these hard disk that you're going to attach directly to the chassis. If you're going to not use them for vSAN and use only the 2 slots inside each blade, one for caching device and one for the capacity device, and inside of these blades there is the HBA 330, which is officially fully supported. So it's officially not supported, but works very well. So 30 terabytes of vSAN, all flash capacity, as well as nearly 40 terabytes of magnetic disk capacity inside the chassis. And then I made a huge deal with one of our customers. He's going to replace 2 of their old 2.5-year Fujitsu systems. This was the deal of my life. Each server is equipped with 1.5 terabytes of RAM. And I was able to get these systems acquired from my customer. Pretty awesome systems. Each system has 2 GPUs installed from NVIDIA, a dual port 40 gig, an NVMe card, and the SanDisk SAS Enterprise disk I used for capacity, again, vSAN. Secondary storage and backup. I really made a huge thought about where should I store my data? Should I go with another Synology or something like that? I take a look at the solution from Cohesity. Their virtual edition, I used this absolutely amazing technology. I created a virtual node cluster, a 4-node cluster running on the main data center, which is going to replicate all the data. It's the same solution you can see at their booth. And inside the second data center, I have another system running, another virtual edition, and these data get replicated to it, as well as replicated to Amazon S3, as well as gets offloaded to tape. So all my data replicated from data center 1 to data center 2, replicated into the cloud, as well as offloaded through tape through my parents into their basement. So my data is safe. What about your data? One really awesome thing about the Cohesity solution is it's not only for backup, it's secondary storage. So this is a filer. So I could totally get rid of all the other Nest systems or something like that, all the ISO images and all this kind of stuff you need. It's also running inside this platform. This is a big picture today. So rack monitoring, LTO autoloader, different vSAN systems. I've only one vSAN nested environment left. The rest is, totally bare metal. Right now, there are 63 ESXi hosts running at home and nearly, I think, 450 VMs or something like that. Most of them are running 24/7. Right now, 15,000 kilowatt hours per year, the whole environment, which is, saying today, my invest into my career. Without that environment, I couldn't do pre-sales engagements. I was not able to do VMware-based trainings, prepare myself, gonna do beta tests and all this kind of stuff. I have NSXV running, NSXT running, vSAN, all the vRealize stuff, the Horizon stuff, the NVIDIA thing, the Cohesity stuff. Yeah, it's all running inside my entire house. Right now on the right screen above, there's maybe data center 3, my garage. Maybe for witness hosts or something like that, I'm going to do both data centers, the data, and then the witness maybe in the garage. Who knows? Right now, total 292 cores, 5.6 terabytes of RAM, nearly 62 terabytes of flash, and 80 terabytes of magnetic disks. I have customers where their production environment is smaller than my HomeLab, definitely. As you can see in this picture and the entire HomeLab, you might imagine why I received the official hashtag HomeLabKing from VMware. So, and that's the reason why I'm presenting here today. What's next? What's planned for the future? I really like to have the VeloCloud systems. I've already talked to VMware and my employee, and we're trying to figure out ways to get the VeloCloud system inside my HomeLab. I've got a internet connection running today, 450 Mbit, which is nearly the max you can get in Germany right now as a private person. I like to upgrade it to gigabit, maybe to 10 gig, because fiber is gonna, they're digging right now, my street. So they're gonna attach, hopefully, fiber in the future. My internet connection could be upgraded to 10 gig. My internet router is ready for 10 gig, so that shouldn't be a problem. I've got a redundant ADSL connection, only 16 Mbit, but it's okay. And as a third option, LTE. And I really like to get hands on the VeloCloud solution because some of our customers ask about that. And that's pretty much of my talk. That's all the vendors, the different vendors I used inside my HomeLab. So that's the reason why I'm presenting here. Thanks, folks.